I felt so connected to the other women, all different walks of life, different countries. I'm not actually used to seeing that much variety in containers.
You're an embodiment. It's how you just snapped into the anger release, and then you snapped out of it. It was just and everything was just so smooth, and you're so helpful, and any questions, I'm here. Yeah.
Things fell into place. I've been going to therapy, I think, since May last year, and he never was able to, on 3 days with you, and I got it.
I saw this on the promo video, and I know it's redundant, but you have to freaking do it.
Monica is an incredible soul, and I'm probably gonna start crying, and I am already started crying. Her soul is beyond her years, many, many years beyond. She's the kind of person that you're just in awe of her gifts, because they really are gifts for herself, and she has made a career out of sharing those gifts with other people. She has made an impact on my life that I can put into words and also not put into words.
Think deep down inside what you really want, but to do something in person is truly life-changing. Especially if you've never done an in-person thing, I can see where you'd be like, I don't know if I want to do that. Do it, especially with Monica. You will not be disappointed. You will reap benefits more than you can even imagine.
If you had any pull, any inkling that's sitting there, like Monica talks about, the decision and then that gray space of trying to make excuses or trying to figure out logistics, and don't worry about that. Freaking for yourself, please do it.
Moved with my intuition in terms of signing up for them, but then after that I was like, was this a smart idea? And I can say with absolute confidence it was an incredible investment.
Every single person being just do it had me fuck, you just gotta do it. You're gonna regret it if you don't. If you think you're gonna regret it if you don't, it's 100% worth it, regardless of the investment. I know the investment is also one of the scary parts, but as Monica says, it lets you actually fully get into it and show up for yourself because you put that money into it and you're setting this time apart for yourself.
Yeah, just drop the logic for a second and just listen to your body and what your body and soul needs, and just do it. Fuck it, just do it.
Well, firstly, staying in our comfort zone will never shift or grow or change. We have to have the courage to walk through the fire. If you're scared, of course you're scared. That's a good sign. Walk through the fire. The only way to shift is to do this deep work. There is no other way to shift.
Or if I was just to come to the immersion by myself, I would be nervous, but anyway, it is such a safe place with you and with all the girls around, so that you don't really need to be afraid of anything, and you see that you're not alone actually, and so it creates a bond between each other.
And again, you're probably thinking about it, trying to get into the immersion, should I go, should I not? Stop thinking about it. Just release control and just do it. The fact that you're thinking about it and have been for a long time like I did, it probably means you need to get your ass in there, and that's exactly how I felt, and being there honored that 100%.
I would not hesitate to work with Monica again. I would not hesitate to sign up for an in-person program, even if you've done Queen Alchemy, her, even if you work with her one-on-one. Every program, every way that you can work with her or with anyone, but especially with Monica, it takes a different layer back. It approaches something differently.
Trust that little pull. Obviously take action towards getting to the thing. Don't just be oh yeah, I'm gonna surrender. You do need to take that action. But yeah, just do it, because I was so nervous and I was kind of oh, do I not? Am I gonna afford it? But I was you know what, I'm in London at the moment, so I was it's Paris, it's so close. You're not gonna do this for a while. If I want something so badly, I will make it work. And that's what you said as well. And it's if I want something so badly, I'm gonna make it work. And if I have to sacrifice a small part of my life just to try and attend this thing, money will always come back, this experience won't. Just do it, because what are you gonna lose? What is there to lose? maybe a couple $1,000s, but what you gain in yourself, I know, is going to be so much more.
I've worked with Monica a lot online, over Zoom, one-on-one, in group. There is nothing that compares to in-person work. First of all, you have the energy of Monica in person, which she is tremendous over Zoom. Her energy translates very well, but there is nothing like her physical presence, someone's physical energy, their aura in your space. Her being able to literally touch you during certain activities is very powerful. There are many activities that we do in modalities in the immersion that you do online, and being able to do those in person, not the same. The two ones that come to mind especially would be breath work and the anger release. You do those both in Clean Alchemy. The anger release I did alone in my apartment in New York. Absolutely pales in comparison to doing it in a room with 20, 30 other women who are also screaming at the same time, because you get to feed off of their energy.
I don't know who she is or what she is, but she is like otherworldly. Just her spirit and energy and heart. She really cares. That is an energy you can't fake.
There's always a yes to work with you. You probably wouldn't have that feeling if it wasn't right for you.
And there's an authenticity to Monica Yates that other people don't have. She is both someone you aspire to be, but someone who you feel like could be your sister, your friend. That authenticity, that energy translates so well in the work that she does.
Everyone always says this too, but I feel lighter. There was definitely some stuff that I wanted to let go of, and I didn't know how. I was able to get it out.
I've really been more trustworthy in my emotions and have really tried to follow, especially things like having fun and letting go.
The physical release that you like, that's tangible to feel sore muscles from actually releasing stuff, that is mind-blowing. I'm trying to not swear. That is mind-blowing, because especially too as someone like in my head, for some of the exercises it was harder for me to fully, just let go of the chatter in my head and everything like that. But even if I was in like that semi-state of like a little bit in my head, the fact that my body is still hearing, like letting go of stuff and like physically releasing, that is wild. I feel like that in itself is something that like you can't put a price on.
Lighter, less bloated.
So where I am now, yeah, oh my God, like amazing compared to last year. Relaxing your nervous system, oh my God. I really needed that. I felt like everything that we did over the weekend, like every single little thing, I was like, oh my God, I needed that, I needed that, I needed that, I needed that.
I literally feel like lighter. That's probably the best way to describe it. I feel so light and not held down by anything anymore, like a lot of stuff anymore. Physically feel that release happening in my body. So yeah, I definitely got so much out of this, because I've never done anything like this before. But yeah, I've gotten so much out of me. So I'm very, very grateful.
Oh, okay, they may not be available. Maybe they're not, he doesn't have his phone, something like that, but your body's still tight. My body was free. It was open. It was spacious. And the communications I did receive were neutral, apologetic, and I didn't have to do anything.
I don't feel like a different person. I feel like I'm more myself. And that's definitely like a reason why I came, because like I felt like I lost myself for a long time, feeling numb, or like confidence to like be excited for life. Yeah, now I feel like I didn't want to cry doing this. Lighter. I feel like I was finally able to forgive myself for the miscarriage that I had last year. And I didn't realize that I needed to do that, but I was able to like truly tell myself I love you. Like a clearer vision now. Like the miscarriage was really like working through and healing from that was really huge, but also in general feeling like I can look at things with a clearer head, and also realize like that I've been doing things wrong and seeing what I want to fix.
Immersion, and I found that incredible. So just, I don't know how to explain it. It was just something else. And I don't know, whatever I released during that time, I could sort of feel it going on, like moving forward after the immersion.
I really liked the speaking your truth one. I feel like I got to like let out feelings and like emotions or like frustration that I like never was confident enough to say.
After the first breath work, where I walked around, like for the last year and a half, I have been walking around with a lot of anger inside of me. Because whenever someone said something that would trigger me or that would put me down, like I would just go from 0 to 100. Like I would just like be in my rage. I don't know how else to say it. And you know, it ruins relationships, you know, it ruins things, you know. And I was really stuck with that. And after the first breath work, I was able to access that, and things fell into place. Like I've been going to therapy, I think, since May last year, and he never was able to, yeah, like on 3 days with you, and I got it, you know, and then like a whole year with him, and it was like, he was the bandage and you were like the medicine, if that makes sense. I told my boyfriend the exact same thing on the phone after day 2, and I was like, and my boyfriend has always been so skeptical about, I'm always Monica this, Monica that, and feminine and masculine, and he was like just find yourself a good therapist. And now I was telling him like, this clicked, and he was like, sounds like Monica's helping you more than your therapist did. And then yesterday we were also on the phone, and he was like, yeah, you should really go deep. And he was really like into it. And I was like for him also things finally clicked, and I'm so happy about that.
Yesterday in the breath work, I didn't even know what I was releasing. I was just like shaking, my chin was like chattering, like my arms were shaking. I was just like, what am I doing? But it's just like, I had to trust that, okay, it's leaving me for a reason.
The breath work, again, I think for me, the first time you get to do breath work, whether it is over Zoom or in person, is incredibly powerful. So I had that first time, actually it was at my parents' house at home, but getting to do it in person, it's so much longer. Again, Monica comes around and she's able to help you go deeper, because some people can really struggle, especially doing it the second time, to go into the breath work. So having Monica's presence there is incredibly powerful. And then there are activities or modalities that you get to do in person that you can't do over Zoom. Like 2 of those are the staring, being seen modality, and then the hugging. That staring activity was the most powerful for me. I instantly started crying. It's amazing, some of the simplest modalities, how powerful they can be. And I think in person, also Monica uses music incredibly powerfully, effectively to feed the energy in the room, feed the activity. She's very good at thinking on her feet and adjusting to the people in the room, to the needs of the room, which is definitely a gift. She doesn't just do everything cookie cutter, like do everything exactly the same for each group of people. It's very much like, you know what, I feel like this breath work needs more time. We're gonna let this run longer, or whatever it is.
Like I've released so much shit. Felt like just so much stuff that I didn't even realize I had, because as women especially, we just like get up, get on with it. So that was very like cleansing in a way. And then also like the other like embodiment or like sensual kind of exercises.
Because there is a lot of stuff that I don't remember from my childhood. And I found that in the breath work, especially, I was like, I don't even know what I'm releasing. It's fucking coming out of me.
Activating thing, and such a gateway to get into this like part of myself that I cannot access. Being able to get into that space through the breath work and also through the anger release was shocking, because I didn't think I could go there normally. So that was huge for me. I was like, holy shit, I can do this in a controlled manner.
I've been living in my head all my life, and that's just where all the negative self-talk is happening as well. So then it just the strawberry, just the fact that I closed my eyes and I was present, you know, like in myself, and I was not distracted by the surroundings and everybody else. So it just like really helped me to drop into my body and then enjoy myself as well, and then the strawberry as well, definitely. So then it just, when I was with the strawberry, then even when I finished with the strawberry, I just naturally felt like in the body, and I just started to move around, you know, and just like enjoy myself, because I felt in the flow. So that was really nice for me, because that was the part which helped me the most to get out of my head.
I'm just really glad that I came. Yeah, my friend, I don't know if you know like Sophie Little from last year.
Yes, okay, yes.
But from Melbourne last year, because she was like, do the thing, Alira, I don't know, like, I'm gonna drag you there if I have to. So I was like, okay. But that like supported me, like even her saying like, you won't regret it, it'll be the best thing for you. Like, that was kind of like, okay, that's the extra little icing on the cake to be like, just go do the thing.
Fun, it's raw, it's humorous, it's confronting, and who doesn't want to get to know themselves? So yeah, I would just say, just do it.
I'm so glad I followed my gut feeling. Like there was just something about it that was like I think I remember when you did the immersion, not in New York and Paris, but like I think it was only in Australia, I think. And I was like, I really want to go, but Australia is so far away. And then I was like, the next time she's close, I'm just going to do it. And I just kept my own word and I did it. So.
I knew that my experience of men required me to broaden, and I also knew that my brain was not primed for that. So I came in kind of not in the know, okay? And I want to encourage anyone who maybe has a similar experience or gets triggered in these conversations, you don't need to do a bunch of digging before you come. You can just say yes because it feels right and know that you need, to address some stuff. But maybe in the silo of your mind in your home or on your phone, you won't have that open-mindedness. So just like show up and let the experience happen. And so if you're interested in like jump-starting your life and there's a priority that you have, like you want to build a relationship, you want to build a business, you need more of you and you need to create more time in which you are that. And that's what Monica offers you.
Just release control and just do it.
There's not really an exact word for me to explain it. It's probably the best thing I've ever done in terms of like just letting myself be fully seen in those really like raw emotions. Yeah, literally life-changing in seeing you and Hal as well. I was just like, okay, I know what I want. So it's also like a massive permission slip in just being okay with you're allowed to want what you want in your life. You're allowed to get rid of this stuff, and there are people there that want the best for you even if they don't know you, which is really healing.
So initially I came because Andrea had been like, you need to go. And she had had incredible experiences and transcendent experiences that completely changed her life. And I knew I had healing to do around men. I mean, I was not confused about that. And I know that she had also gone to you with that same thing. So I thought, okay, I'm open and I'm ready. And we have another friend, Amanda, who came, and she is similarly fiery like me and had an incredible experience. So I knew I had to come.
I've tried lots of other like therapies in the past, like traditional like talking, EMDR, like spiritual woo-woo stuff. I feel like everything has helped in a way. I kind of reached a point where I was like, I need that extra, like I need something more, I need something else. Got a great life, but like there was something holding me back. Like I keep describing it as like I was hitting a ceiling and I needed something to like get me past that. The only thing I hadn't done is like this body-based kind of work. She was just so like relatable and like just didn't beat around the bush. Like nothing seemed too extreme or weird. Like it just made sense to me.
She is a great example of how to be powerful and in control, but still be feminine and soft. She can manage a room, still be commanding, but still be soft and feminine, and very, she's just like wise beyond her years.
I'm just ready for more in my life. Like I'm tired of being in this prison cell of my mind where there's only two options, and say, what else could I have, and how much space can I create in my body and my life so that I can have all of that.
I've been to a lot of retreats. This was, if not the most powerful one, like definitely one of them, because she's so grounded in 3D and like such the embodiment, but she's also taking like these very spiritual concepts. And I find with like some spiritual communities, they get so lost in the quantum, and I'm like, we live on this planet. Yeah, really powerful. I was like, the transmissions or the activations or meditations, whatever you want to call them, were like very, very powerful. Yeah, I think there are many really powerful retreats, but there's not so many that are just like very focused on like, okay, let's go and like actually heal this and this and this, and it's like very intentional. And also like this tool you can use in your life for the rest of your life when this comes up. So that integration, it's so important, because most of the time we just like go home and then we're like faced with old stuff and it's like, like I was feeling so good.
You are approachable, you have range emotionally, experientially. You know, I consider myself to be, you know, someone who's like fun and silly and loving and like likes to get shit done and is very ambitious and has a big vision. And you have that. You have this range. So it's not just like, okay, come sit down. We're about to die. You know what I mean? And you're showing that like femininity does have a lot of range. Even the tools that you're giving us, it's like, make more room for all of who you are. But if you do this, you're gonna collapse time. You get to cut the time, you know what I mean? Which is what we want. I mean, 3 days, like for me to feel this way in my body after just 3 days is like so cool. You know, I think a lot of people are interested in like medicine journeys. There are experiences that you can have without any, like the least intrusive ways, you know, where you're just with your body and you have the structures and the tools that are much safer, and you can let go and it can be okay on your body. And Monica offers that, like you offer that.
I think it's a variety of things. Definitely a safe space. Knowing that you can like wholeheartedly trust you as the leader of the experience. It's not a cult. It's not a cult, and it's not woo-woo in the sense that it's airy-fairy and we're just like sitting there in our journals like being like, oh, we did this and that was great.
The first initial thing I was worried about is honestly how I was going to pay for it. Like pre-booking, I literally was like, do I want to, do I not? I talked to my friend, I did the like Q&A thing that you had. I even tried the like, asked my dad for money and like did this script thing, and he still said no, and I was like, fuck, like I know in my body I want to go. And I remember sitting in the park being like crying because I was like, I want to go, but I don't know how it's going to work. So I was really hesitant in that, and like I used the last of my like Aussie savings as well to pay for it. So I was like, fuck, but I'm fucking here. So that's like the first thing. The universe will, once you like commit, make that decision, the universe is on your side, because so many things happened, and I was just like.
And then once the immersion began, exceeded my expectations because the modalities were a lot more in depth than I probably had assumed. It was so safe as well. I was probably a bit nervous about, because I do feel like I hold a bit of a guard around me, if I was going to be able to let that barrier down to get the best experience out of it. And because the variety of the modalities were so vast and different, I think that really helped take that armor away, because I was like constantly changing and moving, and my brain and body were able to kind of like not be distracted, but I didn't have time to be like, okay, like let's just like hold in. I really had to get thrown into it, which was really good.
So I'm someone who would not ever gravitate towards like masculine, feminine, these kinds of conversations, okay? I'm queer, I come from like a queer environment my whole life, but there's a lot of ways to work on your life and in personal development. So coming here isn't like, oh, this was normal for me. You know, like this is run-of-the-mill, typical. This was not necessarily what I would consider my vibe, or you weren't necessarily. But I also came in, I decided to come in kind of without any preconceived notions. Every single time you answered a question, every single time we did an exercise, there was so much openness, so much room to breathe. There was never like a concrete, this is exactly what you have to do, this is the only way. For some it might look like this, for me it looked like this, but I encourage you to not pigeonhole yourself. That was always the precedent that you set.
I feel like I definitely made 2 lifelong friendships.
And we would still come together and have dinner, and there was so much support, there was so much like listening.
Like I truly felt like, even though there were so many women, that she was there, like for me, as well as every other individual. And I also really appreciated that it wasn't like 50, 60, 70, the size, the group, it was perfect.
You can know these people for like 3 days and then you like feel like you're best friends with them, so that was really nice.
This may be one of the best things that you could possibly really do for yourself, because when you are in person, you can't control the scenario so much because you're being led in it a lot more.